Is test prep nerve-wracking? Getting an excellent score a huge challenge? A new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solution for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep.
What next? Join our free boot camp on July 3rd or 10th or a free mock test.
If you're thinking of buying jewelry now and don't want to step outside, relax. All you need to do, call us. On the day and time of your convenience, we will bring our collection to you. Welcome to the Malabar Gold and Diamonds Showroom online experience. Step into your world without stepping out. Now that's our promise. Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయల బ్యాలెన్స్ మ్యామ్.
ఇవ్వనక్కర్లేదమ్మా, 8,000 మీకే వస్తాయి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మేము కేవలం హాల్మార్క్ 916 గోల్డ్నే అమ్ముతాం. ఇంకా మీకు దొరికింది 100% ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వాల్యూ.
క్వాలిటీ, ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Getting an excellent score a huge challenge? A new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solution for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep.
What next? Join our free boot camp on July 3rd or 10th or a free mock test.
ఇది మా హీరో అల్లుడు కోసం ఫిట్ గా ఉంటుంది.
పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా ఫిట్ అవుతుంది. ఇది మైండ్ డైమండ్, 100% క్వాలిటీ.
సార్, ప్రతి మైండ్ డైమండ్ న్యాచురల్. ఇంకా మేము 28 క్వాలిటీ టెస్ట్లు చేస్తాం.
28 టెస్ట్లా?
ప్రతి డైమండ్ జ్యువెలరీతో పాటు ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ల్యాబ్ సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా.
కళ్ళు మూసుకుని మీ హీరో కోసం వజ్రాలను తీసుకోండి. ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
Summer is the best time to boost your scores. Test Prep Pundits present Self-Prep SAT ACT course for just $199. Stellar digital curriculum expert videos for every question. 15 full-length tests. Contact info at Test Prep Pundits. Call at 844-383-7844.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Getting an excellent score a huge challenge? A new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solution for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep.
What next? Join our free boot camp on July 3rd or 10th or a free mock test.
A new wave in the test prep. Test prep pundits offer SAT, PSAT, ACT just for $499, with powerful teachers, with top 1 percentile tutors, and powered by stellar digital curriculum. Contact us at info@testpreppundits.com or call at 844-383-7844.
If you're thinking of buying jewelry now and don't want to step outside, relax. All you need to do, call us. On the day and time of your convenience, we will bring our collection to you. Welcome to the Malabar Gold and Diamonds Showroom online experience. Step into your world without stepping out. Now that's our promise. Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
Tvasiatelugu ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ hello and welcome back to yet another fantastic episode of the talk show with our experts. మనతో ఉన్నారు మన expert Rahul Reddy garu. Rahul garu, thank you so much for being on the show as always.
Thanks for inviting me.
It's a pleasure to have you here, Andy. And I would like to say today's program has been sponsored by the Test Prep Pundits. They help you achieve the best for your kids on SAT and ACT tests. Also, folks, July 3rd Rojana and 10th Rojana, they have a boot camp with a free mock test. So please avail of this opportunity and, do have your kids register for this. July 3rd and July 10th, okay, is the boot camp. All right. Rahul garu, I know a lot of people are waiting, Andy, but before that, we have to discuss this week's topic and matter, the USCIS releasing of the 485 data for the second quarter of 2021. So, Rahul garu, what is so special about the second quarter, and the 485 numbers? Most of the people filed their 485 applications in the first quarter of 21, that is, October of 2020. So, what is the significance at this point?
It has given a data to us how many people have filed a 485 application in October. Mm-hmm. Even though, Nitya garu, people have filed in October though, the first quarter only information gave us that only 87,000 people applied for the 485 application in the employment base.
Okay.
We all know that's not true. The reason why it's not true is even though people filed 485 application in October, by the time they processed it,
right,
it already crossed January. So it took a lot of people, it took about February or March, that's when they got the receipt notices.
Mm-hmm.
So the actual data that is released in the second quarter tells the figure how many people has filed a 485. There was a lot of speculations. In fact, we ourselves have speculated it's 200,000. People have wild guess 400,000 and so on and so forth. Now the picture is very clear. The total number of 485 applications filed in the first 2 quarters, starting from October all the way to October, November, December, January, February, March of 2021 is 210,000 approximately.
Wow.
If you compare that to last year, though, that last year is in the previous year, it was 76,000.
Oh boy. Okay.
So if you look into the difference between the previous year to this year, because the priority dates have moved significantly in October of 2020, the difference is $130,000. 130,000 extra 485 applications were being filed in the first 2 quarters of the year. What does that tell is that if you recall, that we got extra 130,000 green cards that came into picture for us from the because of the family immigration that has not used. We got extra 130,000. Exactly the same number. I mean, if 2 to 5,000 numbers here and there, where extra 485 applications have been filed. Right. So practically, Charlie seems to have much more in-depth knowledge than most of the other lawyers and speculators, including me and other people. He has exactly 130,000 extra green cards, 30,000 extra 485 applications filed in the first 2 quarters of the 2021. So that gives a very good idea that when we go to October of 2021, I am expecting that he's going to release a number. The priority dates will move to such extent that he will expect extra 150,000 applications in the first 2 quarters as compared to the previous year, not the year of 2020 October, but the 2019 October. So we'll be expecting, like for example, it was it was not 76, it was 66 the first 2 quarters last year. So we may be expecting somewhere about 230,000 applications that will be received in the first 2 quarters of the October. Definitely that's a good indication. We were expecting maybe 200, 300, 400,000 people filed. It doesn't look to be true. So there's a lot of room for us. There's a lot of people can file the 485 application starting in October of 2021. I tell all the people, there are a lot of people that will first ask me, guess the priority date, guess the priority date. You know what? I went wrong so many times, including on this television. I predicted it's going to be 2013 or 2012 ending. I went wrong by about 2.5 years to 3 years last time. So instead of guessing though, I want people to prepare to file a 485 application. Call your lawyer. Don't wait until October. You know, we were running like chickens without head in September, October of 2020. So I recommend all the people to start preparing their 485 application right now. That is in the month of June, maybe in the month of July, not wait until September of 2020. Not wait until September of 2021.
Thank you, Ram. Hopefully everybody will take your advice and, you know, get on it right away. All right. On that note, let's take our first caller for today. And while we take our caller, Rahul, there's an interesting question. This is from Varsha Anmata. She says, according to a few attorneys, due to the processing delays or processing rate at USCIS, about 50,000 to 100,000 green cards will go back to the family category. What are your thoughts on this?
First thing is that we need to look into the amount of green cards, 485 green cards that were approved in the fourth quarter of every year is almost the highest at any period of time.
Okay.
There is a chance that some may be wasted. There is a chance nothing may be wasted. We don't know yet. If you look into the last fourth quarter of 2020, that was somewhere between, I would say, September, August, and July, September, August, and September of 2020. That was really a peak period of COVID. Things were going very bad in COVID. The situation was very bad.
Right.
They did adjudicated 4 times more than the previous quarter, though.
Okay.
So whatever they adjudicated in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter, they adjudicated 4 times.
Wow.
So there is a chance, I mean, if we were to believe Charlie, right now, whatever he's been telling is happening.
Right.
If we were to believe Charlie, he expects USCIS to use the entire 260 or 270,000 green cards. He expects all of them to be taken care of. That's what he expects. Let's hope so. He's right. Let's hope USCIS is going to do its job, what it is being paid for.
Right. Fingers crossed, Andy. All right, let's go to our caller. Caller from area code 408. We're ready for you now. Caller
hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hi. My name is Pranay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Yeah. So basically, when the USCIS released some data, there was a lawyer who posted on Twitter that the USCIS can't adjudicate, visas for oversubscribed countries before Q4. So what are your thoughts on that? This is for employment base specifically.
Yeah, I know what you're speaking. I have seen the data, though. Practically, if the final action date is current, though, there is no limit that they cannot adjudicate it. However, though, if you look into it, the final action dates are moving more quicker in the third quarter and fourth quarter rather than the first 2 quarters. You must have observed it, is that right? The first 2 quarters, the final action date didn't move. In the third quarter, and hopefully in the fourth quarter also, the final action dates are going to move. The USCIS officer does not look into all these politics. Once the final action date is current, he can approve it. He has no limitation whatsoever at all.
I see. Got it.
Because for him, he has to complete his quota. I'm not telling that the lawyer is wrong. He may have some truth in it, because if you look into it, Charlie is moving in the last 2 quarters much faster. But as far as the officer is concerned, I have a file, the prior date is current, that's it. I'm going to adjudicate it.
Okay, I see. Thanks. My other 2 questions are related to RFEs. So there are some people who have posted on Facebook groups that they are getting RFEs because of their birth certificate. And the issue is that their date of birth is different than the date of registration on their birth certificate. And they're getting RFEs because of that. So how can we resolve those RFEs if we end up getting that?
Let me tell you one thing, though. I'm going to release a separate video for 10 minutes only on birth certificate. People are paranoid about birth certificates. Here is the thing, though. If an RFE comes on a birth certificate, this is what I want you to do, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Celebrate. You know why? That's the easiest RFE that you can respond. If there is something about employment, if there's something about I-140, if something about anything else, though, you may be in big trouble. Okay, so I would want you to celebrate first. Obviously, if the date of birth is by any chance been registered later on, get some of your friends, submit 2 affidavits of birth. And I will give you a link of that at the bottom of this web. Once this webinar, once this video is over, I'm going to put a link. You guys can get 2 affidavits and submit it along with additional documents, which I'm going to give a list of those additional documents in the link that I'm going to provide you, okay?
Okay, thank you. My last and final question is related to interfiling for the medical. So I'm not going to answer that question again and again and again. This is my opinion. That is their opinion. You follow whomever you want to. Next person, please. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. All right, let's take our next caller, Andy. And in the meantime, I have a question, Rahul Garu. This is from Sa.
The medical.
Must be a very musical person.
I'm not going to
my priority date is March 2013, downgrade 140 approved. I noticed that my H1 extension job duties or description is different than the 140, same designation, 90% similar. Is this going to be an issue for green card or H1?
Is this gentleman a robot?
No, it says Sa.
Robot? No, robot. The reason I say robot, sorry. Only robots have the job duties that don't change. Change. So typically, if there is a change in the job duties, that is perfectly okay. And perfectly okay. As long as you are in the similar profession, similar occupation, you're fine. But yeah, if your job duties have changed, becoming a lawyer like me, definitely that's a problem. But within the software division, you have improved a little bit, or you changed from Java to SAP. It still is a software. I mean, it's nothing different for us. So you don't have any problem. You're good. I don't see any problem in it.
All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take a caller, Andy. Caller from area code 270. Please press *6, Andy, to unmute your line. Caller from area code 270. All right, while we're waiting, let's take another question. This is from Anand N. It says, sir, what is the difference between 485J and AC21? A person filed EB3 downgrade with previous employer. Should I file for AC21 or a 485J?
It's the same word. It's used differently.
Okay.
Previous to 2017, there was no form called I-485J application. There was nothing like that.
Okay.
So we used to have an employer write a letter saying that they are taking the responsibility of the green card. Since 2017, the USCIS, they did a very good job in creating the 485J supplement. We can officially file an application and they will receive it. So it's a very good thing. But AC21 and 485J are interchangeably used. Before 2017, we used to call AC21. After 2017, we call 485J supplement.
Okay. Thank you, Rahul Garu. All right, let's take our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 270. We're ready for you now. So please press *6, Andy, to unmute your line. *6 to unmute your line. All right.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hi, Rahul, and hi, Nithya. Thank you for whatever you're doing for the community.
Thank you.
So, I have a question. I filed for my adjustment of status in October 2020, and I got the receipt notice, but I'm still waiting for my EAD. So, my question is, like, I have a injury in my wrist, so I have been advised surgery. So, if I get my EAD, how much time can I take off before I start work? So I'm in a bit of a confusion, like, should I switch to EAD from H1B or should I continue? So because this could take a month or more than a month for the recovery and all. So that's my first question that I have.
Yeah, if you have a surgery and you're taking about 3 months or so, and you have documentation that you are taking off because of the surgery, I don't see that as a problem for your 485 application or your H1B status either. But the documentation need to be there that you had a surgery, which you should not have much problem, is right?
Right. So, so I just and I dilemma, like, if I switch to EAD, what would that happen? Because from whatever the show that I followed, you mentioned that you can't be off work when you're on an EAD for a long time, right?
It is right in 99% of the time, but in your situation, when you had a problem with the wrist, and you are going to be a computer person though, and you want to take off for 3 months, you have a doctor thing, you have a wrist thing, and they cut thing out. I don't know what they do it. But anyway, they will have all documentation. If you keep the documentation, you are in good shape. I don't see that as a problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
And just one more question. Yeah, just one more question that my priority date 2014 is, whether...
So your voice is getting cut and mutter.
Yeah, 2014, if your priority date is 2014, definitely it should be current soon. That is what we are expecting. Whether it's going to be current in September or maybe afterwards is a question of debate right now. Most probably it should be current soon. That's all. Final action date should be current soon.
Okay. Thank you. That's all the question I have. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. And in the meantime, we have another question. This is from Vamshi Krishna. Says, in October of 2020, I applied for my 485 along with the birth affidavit, but birth affidavit was taken in 2015 and the notary commission expired in 2019. Will it be a problem and do I need to get a new birth affidavit?
When the notary was taken, the notary commission did not expire. It was done properly executed.
Correct.
So you don't have to get another affidavit.
Awesome. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 210. We're ready for you now.
Yeah, hi everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Hi. Please go ahead.
Wonderful. So just want to say, my wonderful people, Nithya and Rahul, and may God give you good karma, for all the support that you do. And God bless you. And my question is, my PD is September 2013 EB2, which was filed with my previous company. Unfortunately, I cannot join. I already joined a new company. They are doing Perm. Currently, June 18th, 2021, that is 2 weeks back, they filed my Perm. So expecting approval in Jan 2022, my Perm. So my PD is 2013 September. So my question is, can I file EB3 140 and 485 with 140 premium?
You can. First thing is that you just filed a labor certification just now, is right? So we are expecting it to be approved somewhere in December.
Okay.
Is right? Now the next question, I'll get to the premium processing afterwards, okay? Charlie said that once the final action dates will move, they are not going to move back. At least until October of 2022, it's not going to move back. So most probably you're in good shape. You can file the I-140 and 485. That is right. Coming to the question of I-140 premium processing and I-485 together though, I recommend against it. Now, you can tell me that I have original labor certification, my labor certification not expired. Whenever we file the I-140 premium processing and 485, we have a 25% rejection chances for us. Even if the Perm application is original, even if the Perm application is not expired, I don't know why the mailroom people don't understand it. And people like us, as a safety precaution, we don't want to take a risk. We file in the normal processing. And probably that they don't understand all the consequences of it, and they just reject it for most of the cases. That's the reason I strongly recommend you file in normal processing of I-140 and 485. And then once you get the receipt notice, I want you to convert into premium processing.
Wonderful, sir. Will do. Thank you. Very, very much helpful. And I have one quick question actually as a follow-up. So can I start the 140, because this 140 that you mentioned is going to be EB3, because that's what is going to be current and that's what I'm doing. Can I also file 140 EB2? Should I do, or is it not necessary? I don't know. Like the donkey and horse story.
Yeah. Once the final action date is current though, you already are way forward in the, you already got onto the, I changed the donkey to the camel right now, okay? EB3, let's call it camel. Okay, so I won't, you already are riding camel. You're in the middle of the thing. I would not buy a ticket for the horse though, if I were you.
Got you.
And especially when, in your case, since the final action date is going to be current though, I don't see a reason why I should spend the money on the horse.
Perfect, sir. Thank you. That's all I have. You answered everything. Thank you, everyone, and for your law group and everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's take our next caller, Randy. And Rahul Garu, I have another question for you. This is from Chintan Thakkar. Says, collection entry on credit history affects GC process in any way? Is there any minimum credit score required for a green card?
None. Even previously also when Trump administration that created this form called 18-page called 941 and asked us like so many documents, including the assets in India, credit score, even credit score for 4-year-old kid.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yes, they removed it. They removed it right now. They removed it. There is even in those circumstances also, he would have been fine as long as his family income is more than $50,000 per year. He would have been fine. But now they don't have it. I'm assuming his family income is more than $50,000 per year, so he should not have any problem whatsoever at all, even if the old draconian law comes in.
Okay. All right. Okay. On that note, let's go to our caller, Randy. Caller from area code 813. We're ready for you now. Ready ante mute cheskunnaraina. Sir, *6 to unmute your line, Andy.
Hi Nitya. Hi Rahul. Can you hear me now?
I hear you, sir. Sir, నేను hello చెప్తే మీరు mute చేసుకున్నారు.
Sorry. I was listening to TV and I pressed *6.
I'm just messing with you, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi Rahul. My priority date is September 2016. And I have been on H1B cap exempt for past 6 years, like a non-profit organization. So I was trying to convert to H1B cap subject like in lottery, but I never got like, a company waiting for like 6 months. But this year I got a company who filed my H1B in cap subject in lottery. And my H1B is they filed the petition and I'm waiting for the approval. So my question is like, I know like I should not be changing the companies right now, but I don't want to be in H1B cap exempt, like, for the entire life. And I can't transfer to a new company.
Mm-hmm. I got a solution.
So what will be the best advice?
I got a solution for you. You speak Telugu?
Yeah. మాట్లాడతాను.
Yeah. పాము సావాలే కట్టెరుగకూడదు. Okay? So the best thing is that for you to be counted on the H1B number, you must have an H1B approval for at least single day on an I-94, is that right? So once the H1B approval comes in, let's say it comes in right now, on October 1st is when the H1B will be effective, is that right?
Yeah.
So what you do is on October 1st, October 2nd, you go to Cancun. Okay?
Okay.
And you come back. And you may, even if your passport visa expires, you're allowed to travel to Cancun.
Okay.
Cancun, Mexico. The reason is that it's called automatic revalidation. Even if your I-94 is valid, you can travel to Mexico or Canada and come back within 30 days. You don't need to have a passport. So for that, you can travel so that you have been technically counted towards the H1B number. Okay?
Okay.
And you still have this, you still are working for the university or whatever this organization that you're working. So if later on, in assuming that if the priority date and other things don't even become current, okay? If they don't even become current, and you want to move to H1B at a later date,
okay,
you can do so without going through the lottery.
Okay. So,
you got it?
I have a follow-up question. Yeah, got it. So if I don't join the new company, right, on October 1st, what will happen to my current H1B?
Well, nothing will
the
happen.
Non-profit.
Nothing will happen. That's the reason I want you to go to Mexico and come back. And when you come back, when you go and come back, you say they're going to ask a question. Which company you're going to work? I'm going to work for this non-profit organization. You come back. You're good.
Okay. Okay.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay then.
Got it.
That's the reason I said snake has to die. The stick can't. It has to be told in Telugu. Paavu savale kattirugodu. Okay?
Yeah.
Long story short, ante.
Yeah. Next person.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling. Let's take our next caller, Andy. And we have a question. This is from Dinesh Lakhani. He says, my priority date is September of 2012. Only thing left for me is the I-140 to fulfill the USCIS requirements to assign a GC number to my application. Do you think it makes sense to do the I-140 in premium processing?
Absolutely. That's a breathing. I mean, you're saying that you have all the life, but you don't have a thing to get the oxygen inside. That is absolutely needed for you to get the green card. That is the number one. Water, coffee, food is next. What's number one is oxygen. That is oxygen. You don't have that, you don't get the green card. Go for it. I don't know what you've been waiting for.
Yes. And before oxygen also make sure it's the I-140 before oxygen.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to a caller a day. Caller from area code 210. We're ready for you now.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hey, Rahul. Hey, Nitya. I think my question got answered regarding that collection history. I just got a rent collection in my history, so I posed that question. I think it got answered that it's not going to affect me, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So Rahul, on that note, like second question. So apart from these dates and all, I was curious, like, is there any way that lawyers are working to file any lawsuit because of this mess of waiting that has been created? Is it there is any possibility in near future, or we are going to wait?
We are exploring, a lot of people are exploring the options. We had some setbacks when we tried to do the diversity lottery, because that should be only given in that year itself, and the lottery expires. Just imagine this. If you don't get the green card on that year, that I-140 just gets torn down. That's how it happens in diversity. And we got defeated there. So we're a bit reluctant on it at this point of time, but there are other people who are trying. Let's see how it goes on with them.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should do something like, do the other approach, on a lighter note. Like
we are in investigation. We are in investigation. Remember, we are the part of the class action suit for the H4 thing, and then we won in that too. Ready and PC was part of it. Now we don't have to do biometrics. So we are working on it, but we don't want to take a hasty decision because we got shot once. We don't want to get shot another time. So we're trying to observe and understand more what's going on. Maybe in August or September, we may come up with some solution.
Got it. Cool.
Thank you.
That helps. Thank you, both of you. You're doing a great job. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, let's go on to our next caller, Andy. And Rahul, I have another question. This is from Lakshmi. She says, my I-140 is being processed. If I apply for a 485 in October, if USCIS doesn't make my I-140 porting did not occur, what will happen to my 485?
Nothing will happen. Just in case they do an error, you can always explain by filing an interfiling. And this is for all the interfiling people that get so much paranoid about. We do interfiling very regularly. I don't know which lawyer says that they don't do interfiling. So you can always interfile and explain them, hey, look, dummy, you guys did a mistake. My previous I-140 approval was properly approved. It was not withdrawn before 6 months or before January of 2017. We explain it. And a lot of times, Lakshmi, what happens with us is that when we get an I-140 approval without the proper priority date, we still file the 485. We explain them in them, look, officer, we should have got the previous I-140 previous priority date, but we did not get it. It's a mistake of the USCIS. And we put a point, do not reject our 485 because our priority date is not current. And we put it, do not reject in the mail room. So it gets to the attention of the officer when we put all those things. So there are different techniques that we can do to get your 485 accepted. And then later on, we can make an argument to them saying that the I-140 should have had the previous priority date.
Got it.
And you are right, Lakshmi. There are a lot of times that happens when it doesn't port properly, but that's perfectly okay. We never had any problem with filing a 485.
I don't know anything.
Good, sir.
All right, let's go on to our caller, Andy. Caller from area code 862. We're ready for you now.
Hi, Nitya Garu. Hi, Rahul Garu. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. We are. Please go ahead.
Hi, I have a question regarding cross chargeability. So right now my priority date is October 2020 and my wife, so I am from India and my wife is also from India, but my wife is born in Sharjah. So we have prepared all the applications ready and we got the birth certificate. It's in Arabic. We got it all translated to English. Everything is ready. My question is related to the, so right now my I-140 is in process and they're going to file the I-485 later. My question is basically my lawyer said not to do the I-693 right now. He told me to wait till you get the medical RFE to submit the I-693 documents and that will be like a smooth process. But I have a...
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my question is like what the lawyer said, is it valid? Can I submit the I-693 documents along with the I-485 so that it makes it documentarily qualified, or should I wait till I get the medical RFE?
Okay. First, I want to explain the other people, and that's a good point he pointed out. It's called cross-country chargeability. Is even if you are the main applicant, even if your spouse is an Indian citizen, but they are born in UAE, Saudi Arabia, any of those countries, they will come under the Saudi Arabia quota, not Indian quota. So that is called cross-country chargeability. I just want all the people to be aware. If any of your spouse is born outside India, please celebrate it. And, let's do that. Champagne to me also. It is not applicable if your kid is born outside India, though. It's only when the spouse is born outside the country. In my judgment call, if the final action date is current, though, I would file the 6-9. I would file the medical. Here is what you tell your lawyer. I take the risk, even if they issue an RFE, I take the risk of submitting it again. I do not care about $200, $400. That's what I will tell your lawyer.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rahul Garu. That was my main question. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. Rahul Garu, I think the next matrimonial ads are going to have...
That's exactly...
Girls should not have been born in India, or boys should not have been born in India.
My cousin, my youngest cousin actually was supposed to get married. I was supposed to go to India. And I told to my cousin's sister, why don't you look for somebody who is born outside the country? It's equivalent to a US citizen because he has already an I-140 approval. My cousin says, my mom says, this is one demand. My brother says, this is one demand. Where am I going to come up with all these things? Yes, that is right.
Along with Surat, Sundar, Sushil,
For me, that was not all the thing. My cousin should only get married to the bomb.
I'm just picturing matrimonial ads in India. Sundar, Sushil, Mother India, Miss India, and now not born in India also.
Not born in India, yeah.
All right. Let's take our next call already. Caller from area code 484. We're ready for you now.
Hey, good morning. Good afternoon, Icha Garu and Rahul Garu. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can. Please go ahead.
Sir, Rahul Garu, I have two questions, sir. The first question is, my priority date is January 2013. My priority date is November 2013 in EB3. I already filed my EAD and I got my EAD. Now, my question is when will my final action date be current? Can we expect in the next month's visa bulletin, will it become current?
Based on Charlie's prediction, based on how the things are going on, I do expect in August, your priority date, final action date should be current.
Thank you, sir. I have the last question, sir, one more question. We didn't file 485 for my wife because she was stuck in India. So I'm going to India and we have a visa stamping appointment at Hyderabad Consulate last week of August. So for H1 and H4 stamping. So what are the chances that Consulate will not cancel my appointment due to various reasons?
One thing, do you have US children, kids?
No, sir. I don't, sir.
So you're going with national interest exemption?
No. I'm traveling and I don't have any exemption.
Well, there is a travel ban right now. Are you expecting it to disappear by August?
No. I can travel from US to India, right? There is no travel ban to travel from US to India.
No, but coming back, well, you can. But how are you going to come back?
Yeah, that's what that's my question. Right now, there's a travel ban.
No, they are, because they will just say that you are subject to travel ban and will cut you off if you go there.
Oh, so the appointment also will be cancelled.
Unless the travel ban has been lifted, your appointment will not be cancelled. They will take you and then kick you out.
So I have to rebook my appointment in case my appointment is cancelled.
So, but if you are I want you to do one thing. If the travel ban is there, I don't want you to travel.
Okay.
Is that clear? If the travel ban is not there, then if they lift the travel ban, then you go ahead. If 5 days before the appointment, you go ahead. Okay? Did you get my point?
Okay, sir. Got it. I understood you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Because if by any chance you go and get stuck, your green card is gone. Now your wife can't get the green card. You're stuck there and she's stuck there. So that's a problem that you may want to avoid. At least protect yourself and we can get your wife later on. But don't, it's just like, when your wife is going in the water, it may not be helpful for you to go in there because you both are going to go. If you're on the shore, there are a lot of things that you can do, maybe trade or something like that. I mean, I don't know if this example is good or bad, but that's exactly what you're trying to do, is that you're just going without any thought how you're going to save her. So travel ban is absolutely, if it's been taken off, that's fine. If it's not, I want you to stay here and keep trying for exemption for your wife. Next person, please.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break and be right back.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Getting an excellent score a huge challenge? A new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solution for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep.
What next? Join our free boot camp on July 3rd or 10th or a free mock test.
A new wave in the test prep. Test prep pundits offer SAT, PSAT, ACT just for $499, with powerful teachers, with top 1 percentile tutors, and powered by stellar digital curriculum. Contact us at info@testpreppundits.com or call at 844-383-7844.
If you're thinking of buying jewelry now and don't want to step outside, relax. All you need to do, call us. On the day and time of your convenience, we will bring our collection to you. Welcome to the Malabar Gold and Diamonds Showroom online experience. Step into your world without stepping out. Now that's our promise. Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయల బ్యాలెన్స్ మ్యామ్.
ఇవ్వనక్కర్లేదమ్మా, 8,000 మీకే వస్తాయి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మేము కేవలం హాల్మార్క్ 916 గోల్డ్నే అమ్ముతాం. ఇంకా మీకు దొరికింది 100% ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వాల్యూ.
క్వాలిటీ, ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Getting an excellent score a huge challenge? A new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solution for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep.
What next? Join our free boot camp on July 3rd or 10th or a free mock test.
Summer is the best time to boost your scores. Test Prep Pundits present Self-Prep SAT ACT course for just $199. Stellar digital curriculum expert videos for every question. 15 full-length tests. Contact info@testpreppundits. Call at 844-383-7844.
ఇది మా హీరో అల్లుడు కోసం ఫిట్గా ఉంటుంది.
పర్ఫెక్ట్గా ఫిట్ అవుతుంది. ఇది మైండ్ డైమండ్, 100% క్వాలిటీ.
సార్, ప్రతి మైండ్ డైమండ్ న్యాచురల్. ఇంకా మేము 28 క్వాలిటీ టెస్ట్లు చేస్తాం.
28 టెస్ట్లా?
ప్రతి డైమండ్ జ్యువెలరీతో పాటు ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ల్యాబ్ సర్టిఫికేట్ కూడా.
కళ్ళు మూసుకుని మీ హీరో కోసం వజ్రాలను తీసుకోండి. ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
We are at the talk show with the experts. This program has been brought to you by the Test Prep Pundits. They help you achieve the best for your kids on SAT and ACT tests. Folks, I have a free boot camp on July 3rd and July 10th, and this includes a free mock test as well. So please avail of this opportunity. All right. And on that note, let's take our next caller, Randy. Simultaneously, Rahul, I have a question. This is from our viewer Amit Patel. He says, is there any chances of H-1B second lottery for the year 2022?
Yes, I think so. We may have a second lottery chance. So one of the reasons is that Nitya Garu, they normally select more than 85,000. The 65,000 for the bachelor's quota plus regular quota plus 85,000 for 20,000 for the master's quota minus 5,000 for Chileans and Singaporeans. But still, They only took like 7,000 extra applications though, compared to previous years, which they have taken significant number. In this 7,000, there will be denials. There will be some people who will not be filing their applications, either because they got offers from 2 different companies, they only accept 1 companies. So we do expect, I am expecting a lottery again though, this time just like last year.
Got it. Okay. Thanks, Andy. Let's go to a caller from area code 201. We're ready for you now.
Thank you, Nitya. Hi, Rahul sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. So in October, I filed my adjustment of status, and I will be current in July bulletin in EP2 India. So my question is, I will be planning. I'll be initiating the AC21 in the next couple of weeks. AC21 in the next couple of weeks. So one thing I want to understand from you is, like, when I filed my adjustment of status, I did not receive I received the receipt notice for everything, but not for the 485J. So now, since I'll be initiating the AC21, and I'm hoping I'll be getting a 485J receipt notice for this. One thing I want to understand is why I didn't receive the original 485J back when I filed in October, and do you see any anything that I need to be concerned if I initiate the AC21 at this point of time of the stage of processing that I'll be current in the next couple of days?
I'll tell you one bad thing and one good thing for you. First, let me tell you the bad thing. You asked me a question why you didn't receive the 485J supplement receipt notice when you filed in October. I have no clue at all. No clue at all. Second thing is that, will that create any problem for you because you didn't got the 485J supplement receipt notice? Absolutely not a problem. Most of the people didn't receive the receipt notices. I don't know, even this is not just limited to October and November filings, even before also. Sometimes we do receive the 485J supplement receipt notices, sometimes we don't. If the 485J supplement has been filed independently though, we do receive the 485J supplement. But if it's been filed along with the 485, most of the time we don't receive it. Sometimes people receive it, sometimes people receive the approvals, sometimes people don't receive the approvals. I have no clue about it, why they do this way, why do that. There are so many people who never received 485J supplement receipt notices. They already got their 485 approval. No problem with that.
So the other question was, since I'll be initiating the AC21 using AC21 in the next couple of weeks, do you see any concern from your side?
No, I don't see any concern. I don't see any concern. If you want to move to a different company, you already have your I-140 approval, which you're secured, and now you're going, you can. You might have heard so many times for me, don't move the company, give me $500,000, I won't move the company. No, not in your case. Even if you get $10,000 extra, 5 miles less, I don't know. Maybe the AC is one foreign heat higher than where you are in their office, and you want to move there. That's perfectly okay with AC21. It's so safe with AC21. I'm fine with it.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so thank you so much for calling. Okay. All right, let's take our next caller, Andy. And I have a question. Rahul Garu, this is from Bhanu Vemuri. Says, my son is 18 and a half years old and applied for the 485 and I-140 downgrade in October of 2020. My priority date is May 2012. My priority date is current on the July bulletin. Can I go get premium processing done for my I-140 downgrade now?
Yes, they should do it. We told them not to before. That's a different reason. Now the final action date is current. To lock the age of the kid, they should do the premium processing.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, let's take a caller, Andy. Caller from area code 408. We're ready for you now. Caller from area code 408. All right. We'll give this caller a little time, Andy. And we have a question from one of our Facebook Viewers, Rahul Garu, this is from a Srinivas Reddy Vanavasam. Says, I have a 19-year-old kid. Do we need anything to protect the kid's age? I filed 485 with EB2 to EB3 downgrade, working with a company. Hello, sir. Can you hold on for 1 second, sir? Hold on, please.
Okay.
Working with the same company, I-140 has been approved. Recently filed the 485J. Medicals not submitted and biometrics have been completed.
If the final action dates are current, that's what I'm assuming his dates are, he doesn't have to do anything to protect the son's age. Once the I-140 is approved, and I-140 has to be approved though, I-140 has to be approved, and the final action date becomes current. It doesn't matter whether he filed the medical, he didn't file the medical. The kid is locked. Does he need to inform anybody? Does he need to do any steps? Does he need to file any application? Does he need to mention anything to anybody? No, nothing need to be done. The kid is locked. He will never age now. Remember Ashwadhama never ages kind of thing? The kid never ages. Even if it takes 20 years for you to get the green card, the kid will not age. So you are locked, the kid is locked in. But two things, the I-140 has to be approved. The second thing is that the final action date has to be current. Once these two occur, that's it. You are done.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Now back to our caller, Randy. Caller from area code 408. Sir, we're ready for you now.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, sir, for calling in. Sir, my volume koncha increase chestara. You sound a little muffled, Randy.
Okay. How about now, ma'am?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So last year I applied for EB3 to EB2 to EB3 downgrade. Now my date is current. Last year when I applied, my wife is actually stuck in India because of pandemic. She was not able to come. And now my date is current. I'm planning to apply for her. But last time when I applied, I did not file for my medicals. So do you suggest filing my medicals along with her? Or do you suggest sending separately?
Separately. The reason is that sometimes they go to different areas though, and it doesn't normally go, the wife doesn't normally just get attached to this file. I normally do not file it along with the wife though. I file it separately.
Okay, thanks sir. Thanks a lot. I just have that question. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. All right. Let's take our next caller, Randy. And Rahul Garu, we have a question. This is from Nikita Kohli. Nikita, if you're related to Virat Kohli, please make sure we get signed autographs if you answer this question. She says, if my current employer, company A, is not ready to downgrade from EB2 to EB3, can I start a new green card application with company B in EB3 without actually joining them? Priority date is June 2016.
Well, she's trying to do the same thing what we discussed about, that the snake has to die and the stick doesn't get broken. But I don't know how to say that Hindi. Even though I speak Hindi in my home, I don't know all these little things. I'm not natural Hindi speaking person though. Yeah, that's a good step you are doing. You're not leaving the current company, because if you leave the current company, it will take a lot of time for you to get it. Who knows? They may change their opinion on filing the downgrade application. Who knows? EB2 might become current for you under 2016. Having an option that you staying with this company, filing another company, even though you're not working for the company, absolutely very good. No problem with it.
Okay. Thanks, Andy. Let's take our caller now. Caller from area code 402.
Hi, Nitya Garu. Hi, Rahul Garu.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I have a question. I have Indian-born child, and let's say that I file I-485 and then I-140 is approved, final action dates are current. Now, I know that the age is frozen, but my question is, until what time I have to maintain the status? Let's say that they turn 21, they comes under their own application, or do I have to maintain my H-1B for?
Once the age is locked, okay, put the status out. You don't need it. 485 is a good status for you. The reason why we told you not to get married before was that because we don't know when the final action dates are going to be current. Since the final action dates are current, the age is locked of the kid. If you don't have to maintain the H1B and H4. Your son cannot even maintain the H4 even if he wants to.
Okay, but if I want to stop working the job, is that fine, or do I have to continue work for?
Stop working the job with the current company, moving to a different company, or stop working completely?
Completely. If I want to do some kind of business other than this one, if I want to move to India, is that a good idea?
No. Don't do this.
Okay.
Don't do this. You've been praying the God for so long, and the God comes in, you want to run away? No, wait.
No, not like that. I'm just trying to find out how.
You have to maintain the job. You have to work in the similar profession. If you want to move from this company to another company, you can file a 485J supplement, but you have to maintain the job, sir.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Folks, let's take our next caller. Rahul Garu, in the meantime, you were asking about how to say it in Hindi. It goes like "Saam bhi mar jaye aur lathi bhi na toote."
There you go. That's a good one.
All right, a caller from area code 405. Adi, we're ready for you now. Caller from area code 405. All right, let's take another question in the meantime. This is from Natural Yogi. It says, even after getting EAD or RFA for medical, can we withdraw the application of 485 since filing a new 485 with some other employer?
You can, but I don't know why. That's $1 million question to me. Why? Definitely, I would recommend him to consult a lawyer before he does it. Technically, he can. If he maintains H1B, non-immigrant status, he can.
All right.
But I don't want to keep feeding the immigration lawyers unnecessarily. Yes. I don't like them that much.
Yes, and if you have excess money, sir, please donate to the Rahul Mansion Fund that we have going on over here. Let's get back to our caller, and we caller from area code 405. We're ready for you now. Hello? Hello, sir? All right, let's keep this caller on hold. And let's take our next caller. And in the meantime, we have a question. This is from Rush. He says, applied for adjustment of status EAD and advance parole renewal on our own. Should we expect a receipt notice from USCIS? How do we handle the change in address while the renewal is in process?
You do expect a receipt notice. As soon as the receipt notice comes in.
Sir, can you please hold on for 1 minute? We'll be back right back with you.
So he can, the only thing is that as soon as the check is cashed, he can then go to the USCIS, file an AR11, and at the back of the check, he should have a receipt notice number. He can change the address though.
Okay. All right.
And he needs to do it. It's called AR11. It's online, it's easy, and they're very effective.
Perfect.
To change the address.
This is something uncommon, Andy, because not everybody goes through this, but it's something that's good to know when this happens.
Right. Anytime, the good part about the change of address is AR11 online. It's online, it's very effective.
Okay.
So, see, because for him, he may not even get a receipt notice. Who knows? Oh, I'm sorry. There is one problem I have. One problem I have with him. There's no checking cashing. What do? I forgot it. There's no check cashing.
Okay.
So he could either get the receipt notice and change the address. That's one thing. The second thing he can do is that he can chat with Emma. He can chat with Emma and get the receipt number and then do the AR11.
All right.
Just to note the people, for EAD and AP extension guide, there is no filing fees. It's free for the 485 applicants.
Rosh, if you're listening, it's chat with Emma, not Amma. Okay, please remember that. And on that note, let's go to our caller, Andy. Sir, caller from area code 562. We're ready for you now.
Hi, thank you, Rahul Garu and Garu.
Thank you, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. So this is for my wife's I-94 expiry and H4 visa. So actually what happened was after her I-94 expired, we filed I-485 So fortunately, we filed within 180 days. So can she use her EAD? We got EAD and AP.
Yeah, I don't see an issue why she cannot use an EAD if she has filed a 485 within 6 months after the I-94 has expired. I don't see a reason why she cannot.
Because, yes, sir, the thing is after I-94 expires, after 3 months she filed H4 extension. So that's still in
wait. That's not the question though. You said to me very clearly that you filed 485 within 180 days after the I-94 expired. Is that true?
That's true. That's true.
But does it mean that you're counting the time period the H4 extension is pending in that 180 days, or the I-94 exactly when it expires?
Sir, let me give you the date. So her H4 I-94 expired on April 24, and H4 filed on 2020, and H4 filed on July.
Wait. H4 expired on 2020 April. You filed the 485 in October, is that right?
That's correct.
But you told me that you filed within 3 months, or did I hear wrong?
180 days. 180 is
180 days.
6 months, right?
So the 485 receipt notice is before 180 days, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, then she's fine. Ignore the July one because I'm not counting the July one. So if it's within 180 days, that means somewhere in October, first week or second week you filed it. She can. I don't see any reason why she cannot use it.
Yeah. So sir, it was with my previous employer, that one 485. Now, is it required to file if I move to another employer 485J? Is it required?
Yes, it is required.
And what are the documents, sir?
Good question you asked. If anybody has filed a 485 application that you're not working for the company, you need to file the 485. Even if it's filed by the previous company and you're still not working after 180 days, you need to file the 485J supplement. The list of documents are a little bit too heavy for me to right now to go, but it is 485J supplement. That is the form that the new employer need to file. In case, since you're not joining the old company, the current company that you're filing with right now should file a 485J supplement.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you, Nitigaru. Thank you, Rahul sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. Rahul Garu, I have a question. This is from our viewer Asdeep Singh. It says, priority date is May 2018. I-140 EB2. Couple of questions. One is, should I accept the promotion and any impacts of it on the downgrade on LCA or others? Or number two, file EB3 normal processing, assuming filing date moves to December of 2018.
Did he said, what is the second question he said?
Should he file EB3 in normal processing, assuming filing date will move to December of 2018?
The first thing, let me answer the question of the first thing is that he should do the downgrade application right now. We are suggesting all the people whose priority date is before December 31st of 2018. Okay. We are recommending people for filing the downgrade application. Is there a chance the priority date doesn't move? Yes, there is a chance. You may lose the amount of money that you spent. But believe me, Nitya, I was an immigrant before I became an immigration lawyer. I understand the pain that they go through. But I don't understand if they lose $2,500, $5,000 in the process of achieving the green card. I didn't care when I was that. If you are that kind of person, maybe I'm a wrong lawyer for you. My advice is wrong. But if you're the kind of lawyer that I will put that investment, it's probably, I will take a chance on that. It's worth for you to do the downgrade application. Coming to the point of promotion, it's more subjective though. As I was pointing out, remember that robots don't change the job, don't change the job description. Human beings like you, me, and this gentleman, Mr. Singh, do change those things. But the only problem is there are some lawyers that create trouble when the promotion comes. Only some, not all, because if they change the profession, it's definitely a different issue. But if within the same promotion, it's not required. Companies like Microsoft, Google, Apple, all those companies, when they have a promotion, they use the same I-140, they use the same 485 application, they file it, they don't create any trouble. Now, you need to check with your company if that's okay to file the 485 if you move to a higher promotion though. Always check with them. I tell blankly, no, if it's a natural promotion, that's fine. But if you are moving from an IT profession to a civil engineer, definitely that doesn't look to me good. But within the same profession, you are good. I don't see a problem, but always check with the lawyer. Remember, meat might be legal in the United States, but my wife tells me that I cannot bring meat to my home. So she fixes her own rule. So each company can fix their own rules. So you need to check with them. According to me, it's perfectly legal, but you need to check with your company.
You keep talking about meat and then we all start to get hungry. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller from area code 346. Ready for you now?
Hello, Nitya Garu and Rahul Garu.
Hello,
can
sir.
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. My question is, my date of arrival is January 13, 2010 with my current employer only. So, recently, Perm Lab chusinapudu start date vachesi March 22nd, 2010 పెట్టారండి. So, నేను 485 file చేయబోతాను within a month or so. Is it going to be an issue?
That's just a clerical thing. That's not going to be any issue. I'm not expecting any problem. Still, there are a lot of other exceptions. Within 60 days, you don't have to join. There are a lot of exceptions that are available. I don't think so you will be in any trouble. You're good. Don't worry about it.
Okay, thanks. And second question, before coming to US with the current employer, where employer naku H1 file chesarandi. Somehow, 221G icharu. So meantime, company INS audit chesi pending H1 cases మొత్తం revoke చేసుకున్నారు. So meantime, consulate nunchi passport and letter from the employer stating that still job available అని వచ్చింది. But my employer, పాత employer ఇవ్వలేదు. So నేను documents కూడా ఇవ్వలేదు. So one of the question ఏంటంటే 485 did you ever have a visa denied అని ఉంది. So whether it is yes or no.
What did they deny you? They asked you more documentation you never presented, is right?
Basically, I think 1 or 2 times నన్ను రమ్మన్నారండి. సెకండ్ టైం నేను వెళ్ళినప్పుడు నాకు మళ్ళీ 221G ఇచ్చారు. నాకు ఎంత తగ్గి నాకు ఆన్సర్ రాకపోతే నేను మెయిల్ చేస్తాను. తర్వాత నాకు వాళ్ళు మెయిల్ చేసి వాళ్ళు నాకు దానిలో 221Gలో చెక్ చేసి పెట్టారండి. సో పాస్పోర్ట్ అలాంగ్ విత్ 156, 157 అండ్ job offer from the employer stating that still job available.
That's fine. There is no visa rejection for you. It's only 221G. You're good. You don't have to answer yes to that question.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's take our next caller, Andy. And now we have a question. This is from Venkata Pupala. He says, I have an appointment for H1B visa stamping in India on August 30th. What are the chances that the appointment will not be cancelled by the consulate?
We don't know yet. One thing is that if you are under national interest, if you have a U.S. citizen children and that you qualify under the travel ban exception, that's fine. You go ahead with the thing. If the travel ban is still there, though, I recommend do not travel to India. I recommend do not travel to India. With regards to whether they're going to cancel it or not, depends on the COVID, how the things will turn out in those particular consulates. I'm hoping that August will be better, but then that's what I said. June will be better, but I went wrong in it again. So I definitely am not a COVID expert. So that depends on how the COVID situation is in India.
Yeah, we might as well just bring a parrot and do a guesswork because this is such a unknown territory.
It's like every month we are telling, oh, next month it's going to be, next month it's going to be better. Sometimes it was not better. It went down. So we don't know how it's going to be in August. I do recommend people do not travel well in advance. If you are exempt and, from the travel ban and you meet all the requirements, only travel 5 days before the time. In that way that you have less chances of getting the visa rejection. Visa appointment cancellations. We are noticing that they do give about 2 weeks notice, which is a good thing that they do.
Nice. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's go to our question, Andy. Let's take our next caller from area code. All right. While we're waiting on our caller, I have a question. This is from Bhavik. Says, is 485J needed with EB2 to EB3 downgrade? Can an RFE be possible if 485J is not filed?
Good question. Very good question. 485J is absolutely not needed when you go for the I-140 downgrade for the EB2 to EB3. We never file 485J supplement when we are filing with I-140. The rule is only one thing. When you're filing I-140 and 485 together, we do not file 485J supplement. If we're only filing the 485, then we file the 485J supplement. You may ask us why. This is simple reason. The USCIS want to see the job offer from the company that is sponsoring. If we are filing an I-140, the employer is signing a document saying there is a job offer. So there is nothing required to have an additional 485J supplement. So your lawyer is a very good lawyer by not filing the 485J supplement.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take this next caller from area code 662. We're ready for you now.
Hello. Nitya Garu, Rahul Garu. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. I have filed for downgrade in October and also got the biometrics done. I did not do the premium processing because of a 16-year-old child, but mine EPD is June 2013. So I'm expecting it might be current next month.
In August, yeah.
In August, yes. So what do you suggest? I mean, shall I go with the premium processing now or just wait?
No matter what I'm predicting, no matter what Charlie is predicting, there's no hurry for you. You can wait for a month because I do not want to put my son's green card on the gambling table. No matter what Rahul says, no matter what Charlie says.
Okay.
Okay.
And one more question, like how?
As soon as you get the priority dates in July, go for it. For August, you'll get in July. You go for it.
Okay. So let's say I'll wait till the next bulletin and then decide. So how do we even know, like, if we apply, before we decide to apply for premium processing, how do we know if they received the Perm, the original Perm, when we file with the,
They did receive the original Perm when you filed the original I-140. They did. Right now, you don't have much choices. Just, throw the $2,500 to them and hope that, it hits a dot. That's all you can say. It is hitting about 70% of the time, 30% of the time it's not hitting. Why? We don't know. When they will have a lever certification, when they don't have it, we don't know. But you just have to try the dot as soon as the priority date, final action date becomes current for your son.
Okay. So do we need to send a signed Perm along with the premium, or we don't have to do that?
That's what some people are telling. Signed form, we tried that too, but it's still, we didn't see any percentage improvement because of that.
Okay. So you still suggest me to wait for the next bulletin and decide on this?
Yes, that is absolutely right, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling in. Folks, I know a lot of you have tons of more questions, and there's a lot of activity going on in the live chat section as well. But folks, unfortunately, we're all out of time today. We'd like to thank our sponsors, the Test Prep Pundits. They do help you kids get their best scores with the SATs and the ACTs, and they have a free boot camp July 13th, I said 3rd and 10th. I'm sorry, with the free mock test as well, included in that. And folks, for all your questions to be answered, you just have to call back in here or send us a message on the live chat, same time, same place next week. Rahul Garu, thank you so much, Andy. As always.
One small thing.
Yeah.
I just want to inform people that I'll put a link if you don't have a birth certificate, what should you do?
Perfect.
And if you don't have an I-140 petition, what should you do? I'll put a link there. And if you want to do the interfiling of the medicals by yourself, I'll put a link where you can do by yourself.
All right. Rahul Garu, thank you so much, Andy. You go, above and beyond what I'd like to call the call of duty and mother to go and help people, not just by taking time answering questions on our shows, but also leaving important resources like this so that people can go back and, look and take the information. So thank you so much for being on the show, Andy.
Thank you very much.
All right, folks, we're going to see you same time, same place next week. And till then, take care and bye-bye.
Yeah.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Getting an excellent score a huge challenge? A new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solution for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep.
What next? Join our free boot camp on July 3rd or 10th or a free mock test.
A new wave in the test prep. Test prep pundits offer SAT, PSAT, ACT just for $499, with powerful teachers, with top 1 percentile tutors, and powered by stellar digital curriculum. Contact us at info@testpreppundits.com or call at 844-383-7844.
If you're thinking of buying jewelry now and don't want to step outside, relax. All you need to do, call us. On the day and time of your convenience, we will bring our collection to you. Welcome to the Malabar Gold and Diamonds Showroom online experience. Step into your world without stepping out. Now that's our promise. Malabar Gold and Diamonds.
ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 8,000 రూపాయల బ్యాలెన్స్ మ్యామ్.
ఇవ్వనక్కర్లేదమ్మా, 8,000 మీకే వస్తాయి.
ఎస్ మ్యామ్, మేము కేవలం హాల్మార్క్ 916 గోల్డ్నే అమ్ముతాం. ఇంకా మీకు దొరికింది 100% ఎక్స్చేంజ్ వాల్యూ.
క్వాలిటీ, ఇది మలబార్ ప్రామిస్.
Is test prep nerve-wracking? Getting an excellent score a huge challenge? A new wave in the test prep is here to help. Test Prep Pundits has all the answers to your questions. It is a one-stop solution for all your academic needs. Our premium online interactive content has hundreds of SAT and ACT test problems, hundreds of hours of videos. Get real and instant results with real scores on the real SAT and ACT tests. Our pundits are experienced and extensively trained in SAT and ACT prep.
What next? Join our free boot camp on July 3rd or 10th or a free mock test.
Summer is the best time to boost your scores. Test Prep Pundits present Self-Prep SAT ACT course for just $199. Stellar digital curriculum expert videos for every question. 15 full-length tests. Contact info@testpreppundits. Call at 844-383-7844.